Back when we got the last major content update for Animal Crossing New Horizons, I made a video going over everything you should do to prepare, and a lot of you enjoyed that and have asked me to bring it back for the 3.0 update, which has just been confirmed. Now, we have all the way until January the 15th to prepare, but there are some really fun things you can do in your game to get ready for the update, so you can make the most of it when it releases. So I'm going to give you a sort of checklist of sorts, and you can choose what sorts of things you want to do to prepare for the 3.0 update in Animal Crossing New Horizons. So drop a like on the video if you're excited, and let's jump straight into this. Now, a big new area is being added on our docks with the hotel, so now might be a good time to go ahead and clear out your dock, removing any items that are on it so you have easy access to the new hotel. We don't know exactly what will happen. It's entirely possible that Nintendo might do that thing they do sometimes, where they just remove all the items that are currently on your dock and they send them to the lost and found in resident services. So on the safe side, I would just remove everything because there's a good chance that Nintendo themselves might just take it away so that your island isn't obscured or obstructed when you need to go to the hotel. It's unknown whether we'll be able to properly decorate the dock area. I really hope we can because that would be fantastic, but we'll have to wait and see, honestly. If we can, then I feel like it's worth clearing it anyways, so that when the update drops, we can start up with some fresh new ideas and designs for our docks. So it'll be interesting to see exactly what they decide to do with them. Now is a good time to start stockpiling up money. After all, we already know for a fact that you are going to need a lot of this if you want to buy many of the various collaboration items which have been added to the game with the 3.0 update. For some of these you have to use tokens, but for a majority of them that you'll get for the promotion tab in Nook Shopping, you will need to use your own bells. So now is a good time to hit up the stalk market, start diving for sea creatures, and doing all the different things that you can to make a lot of bells, as there's going to be a bunch of items that you're going to want to purchase right away. Of course, you can't start stockpiling the hotel tokens yet, unfortunately, but that'll give us lots of fun things to do when the update actually launches. So don't worry, the idea behind this video isn't to literally do everything before the update comes out, it's just some neat ways that you can prepare. In a similar vein, you should definitely start stocking up on Nook Miles because you never know exactly what they might be needed for. Now, there's a chance that you might not actually need Nook Miles for this new update. I don't believe we've seen any uses for them in the trailer, but Nintendo is very good at hiding things, and I could definitely imagine them adding some new things like custom design space upgrades and such through Nook Miles in the Nook Stop in resident services. So if you want to be extra prepared and you want to make sure that you've got enough in case things do get added, it could also be a good idea to start stockpiling them now, in my opinion. I also recommend that you get your island up to at least 3 stars. Now, with a lot of the things that were introduced with the 2.0 update, you needed a 3-star island to be able to unlock them, things like the Roost and Cap'n. This time around, that'll probably be the hotel. You'll at least need, I'm guessing, 3 stars in order to be able to see it. In fact, in some of the little text on Nintendo's various press releases, they have confirmed that the new content won't be available right away. So even things like the Dream Slumber Islands might not be available until you've hit a certain island rating and made enough progress in the game. So once you progress through and seen KK Slider perform his concert and you've got that 3-star rating, you should be able to unlock most of this new stuff right away. I wouldn't actually be surprised though if Nintendo decided to up the requirement for the hotel, as it does really feel like a late game addition, but at this point, getting to at least 3 stars I think is a safe bet, so you aren't left out and have to struggle for this when the new update drops. After all, you've got months to do it, and there's lots of great guides on increasing your star rating here on YouTube. Speaking of those Slumber Islands, now would be a good time to keep filling up your catalog, because when you decorate those Slumber Islands, you'll be using items that have been registered to your catalog. They will be spawned from thin air, so you don't have to worry about actually keeping them in your storage, I believe, but you will need to have registered them at the very least. So you could go to other players' islands and start collecting things. You could start collecting many of the items through Happy Home Paradise, just through Nook's Cranny and Nook's Shopping and such. I definitely think this is absolutely worth doing before the new update comes out. The slumber feature honestly seems like a really big new part of the update, so if you've been wanting to create brand new islands from scratch, and especially create these with your friends, then I think it'll be a worthwhile time to get as many things in your catalog as possible. If you're like me, you might already have so much registered at this point, but I do know that for a lot of people, they've restarted their islands since and such, so these tips for gathering up Nook Miles and bells and increasing your catalog might not apply to everyone, but they will definitely apply to a good portion of the player base. Now, a really important thing that you should definitely do if you want to be able to enjoy the new collaboration content which is coming is get yourself some Zelda amiibo. Now, for a start, you're probably going to need the Chulin amiibo if you want to get Chulin as a new villager on your island. And the Mineru amiibo will be releasing at some point in the near future as well. So if you want those characters guaranteed, I believe you should need their respective amiibo. In terms of actually getting the majority of the items, it seems like you can scan any Zelda amiibo, so we don't really know exactly which ones, but I'm guessing pretty much any amiibo should work just to get the items. However, the villagers could be a different story. Some of the details from Nintendo are a bit vague at the moment, unfortunately. I'm sure they'll release more details in the future. But for now, I think having that Chulin amiibo and getting the Mineru amiibo when that comes out are definitely safe bets. Of course, a lot of you are probably already commenting right now that you can get NFC chips, which will help you get these characters on your island and the items without needing the actual figure. So that could definitely be a solution as well. Amiibos can be really hard to get your hands on, they can be super expensive sometimes. So that's definitely another option for those of you who want to get all of this stuff on your island right away. I definitely do. All of these collaborations look incredibly cool. And of course, we also have the Splatoon collaboration as well. So if you want to get CC and Viche on your island, you will probably need the Shiver and Fry amiibo. Once again, this isn't 100% confirmed by Nintendo at this current time, but it seems likely that you will need them if you want to get the respective characters, as that's exactly what they're based on. In terms of all of the items, it seems like you can have pretty much any Splatoon amiibo to unlock them. At least that's what some of what they've shared suggests. So again, you could get NFC chips for any of these, and that'd be a really easy solution for getting some of these characters and unlocking the items in your Nook shopping tab. I believe this is exactly what people did back in the days of Animal Crossing New Leaf when we got the Splatoon and Zelda collaborations in that game, so it should work the exact same here, and honestly, I cannot wait to get some of these new characters on our island. It is interesting that Mineru is actually still a currently unreleased amiibo as well, so hopefully they'll release that before the update drops. Now, the final tip I've got in this video is definitely very optional, but you could pre-order and upgrade to the Nintendo Switch 2 edition of the game. Now, I've left this at the very end because I know this isn't going to be for everyone, but if you want to purchase the upgrade pack, I believe you can actually pre-order it now. It's $5 on the Nintendo eShop, and of course you do get some graphical improvements, you get things like the new megaphone item and mouse controls. Not everyone is going to be interested in that, but it could be something to do if you want to prepare. I know a lot of people aren't going to want to spend the price of an entirely new Nintendo Switch just to enjoy an Animal Crossing update, which is totally understandable. So thankfully, we can all enjoy the bulk of new content on our original Nintendo Switches, as well as the Switch 2 if that is something that we would like to do. But the option is definitely there to upgrade right now if you would like to. So let me know in the comment section down below what you're doing to prepare for the upcoming 3.0 update in New Horizons. I'd love to hear what you have to say. If you made it to the end of the video, be sure to comment Bob's Gang so I know you did. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe and turn on notifications for more.